Touch it dirty, bring it, touch it, medic, touch it, bring it, babe, touch it, Are we set up to record?
Yeah, we are rolling. Remember that one time when you punched yourself in the dick to start the episode? That's
not what we're going to do.
I think that might be... What if that was our best episode?
Hello and welcome to the OC Men. This is the 11th episode of the podcast where every week my two friends and I watch an episode of the mid-2000s primetime teen dramedy The OC and discuss what we just watched. I'm JT.
I'm Russell.
And I'm Jamie.
And we are
the OC Men.
The John C. Men. Our goal for this podcast is to figure out just why I love this show so much and to see how two guys, not so completely new to the series now, react each episode in depth. Today's episode was The Homecoming. I wrote the twice, almost said the Homecoming. From season 1, the Good Will Hunting episode, as I call it. Now, before we jump into it, I just wanted to recap the story of the OC up to this point. I'm going to try this thing. Now, this is a story all about how Atwood got flipped, turned upside down. And I'd like to take a minute, just sit with me, and I'll tell you how he became the prince of a town called OC.
What?
Encino, California, born and raised, in parking lots was where he spent most of his days. Chilling out, maxing, relaxing, all cool, and all acting in musicals at the school. When his brother and he, who were up to no good, started making trouble in the neighborhood. He stole one little car, and then he met Sandy. He said, "Fuck Trey, you're moving with me," and Kirsten to OC. I messed up the rhyme scheme at the end.
Did Sandy say that or did Ryan say that?
Sandy says, "Fuck Trey, you're moving with me and Kirsten to OC." Okay, that's how that ends.
Yep.
So that's the recap.
Also,
Ryan hooks up with Marissa, who is dealing with bad behavior from her parents, and his new brother Seth Cohen is in a love triangle with Pittsburgh born and raised Anna and OG OC Summer.
Nice.
So that was my Fresh Prince of OC.
That was awesome.
Well, if I knew the rhyme scheme really, I think it would have been better. But I don't really. I made sure the syllables were the same, but I tried to listen to it a couple times. Like I'm not gonna be able to remember without the music.
Did you watch Fresh Prince?
No, I just listened to that opening a couple times to try to remember the speed and cadence.
I watched it. It
changes.
out.
It changes up and down really fast. Like he says it fast, and then
he was a genius. R.I.P.
You should check it out. It's a good show.
I've never actually watched. I mean, I've seen like highlights of.
You've seen him cry about his dad.
Why didn't you want me? Why didn't you want me?
Okay, so The Homecoming, the Good Will Hunting episode.
Explain. Wait, are you going to explain later, or do you want to explain first? Because I'm not getting that Good Will Hunting.
I couldn't think of anything else to do other than the threesome episode because there's 2 threesomes that they're talking about, and then they make a joke about a gruesome twosome. I went with Good Will Hunting because basically the last thing that Trey says to Ryan before he leaves is to me similar to Ben Affleck talking to Matt Damon.
Okay.
He's like, no, don't come visit me anymore. You got out. You were able to get out of this, so stay out. Don't come back to see me in prison. Mm-hmm. He seemed like he gave him a little bit of that speech to me at the end. Okay. That's the only reason.
The actual episode title should have been The Game because the game is a metaphor.
Oh, that's true.
Ooh.
That's true. So, well, I think The Homecoming works in a couple ways. That works still pretty well.
It could be called Two Chicks at the Same Time. I like this episode. I thought it was crazy. I liked
felt like a classic sitcom or something like Three's Company or something. Well, Three's Company could be a title for this as well.
There we go. All right, new title. 4 titles.
Laverne and Shirley episode.
I like it.
Right?
The Laverne and Shirley episode.
I don't know.
Three's Company.
It's Pat.
Come on, knock on my door.
No. Okay, so it opens with the family in the kitchen, the Cohen family in the kitchen. They're preparing and getting ready for Thanksgiving, which is...
This episode could teach us one thing. It's that Kirsten is a terrible cook.
And she's an alcoholic.
Yeah, that was my favorite.
I don't know if you want to call it foreshadowing. They set up a lot that Kirsten drinks too much, and they set up a lot that... and they've talked about before that Kirsten is not much of a cook. I thought they were giving her a little bit too much shit on that, but they did this weird thing where it's kind of like they were making fun, but they were really actually concerned, as we see that they should have been when she burned the turkey, that granted she was drunk at the time and then also distracted by arguing. But yeah, they were joking on her, but they were also very serious. They did not want her like anywhere near the corn, anywhere near even peeling potatoes.
Well, this is Seth's favorite holiday.
Well, yeah, he said that. Is that his favorite? Whose favorite holiday is Thanksgiving? I don't know. It feels like Seth's favorite holiday should be Halloween, or I don't know. It felt weird that it was Thanksgiving, in my opinion.
If he likes food and all he wants is food, then Thanksgiving is the way to go.
I just feel like they didn't set him up like the who's the guy from Pokemon that likes food all the time?
Brock.
Or the character from Attack on Titan that likes food all the time?
Brock.
Basically, there's a lot of
Jigglypuff.
Japanese animation. There's usually a character who's specifically obsessed with food, but it doesn't feel like that. If they set him up as that thing, that would make sense to me a little bit. But
a lot of times I feel like Kirsten gets it pretty unfair, them talking about her cooking, but like all the food was just sitting out on the counter, and it was like 2 hours before the Thanksgiving feast, and she's just now starting to try and figure it out. Well, it was obvious she has no clue.
Well, she didn't even bother to Google or whatever they had then, Yahoo. She didn't. They had Google. She didn't bother to do any of that to even know like how to start doing stuff, like even how to hold a turkey. I mean, it seemed like she didn't know how to. She had no plan to do anything. She just had the food there that she had bought, and she's like, okay, now time to make it without actually knowing any of the steps. Like it's not that hard to find a recipe and just follow the directions it gives you. I mean, I feel like being a good cook, when people say that, they don't mean follow directions. They mean improvise and know the different aspects of what you're doing and how each part contributes to so you can improvise. But all she needed to do was follow just a simple recipe. So maybe they have something there. She's not. She can't even follow a recipe.
She said, "Are there pans?" I like that a lot.
It's like, honey, not off to a good start.
Yeah.
Sandy was on the ball in this episode. He had lots of funny. He had some funny moments where he didn't respond. He just like looked. We'll go into it. There's a moment with Summer where she is surprised by him and his like silence.
That was amazing. Well, because in a lot of ways, he's like one of the only ones. It seems like his drama with Rachel is more or less past at this point. He's not uncomfortable by her being.
He's joking to her about it,
right?
Really,
and so in a lot of ways,
he handled his shit like an adult.
Yeah, because he's a responsible adult man.
So he's the only one who's not in this situation, being stressed out on some level.
Does Seth handle his shit like an adult?
Yes, that's the way every adult would handle it.
That's why I try to handle
hiding, talking to your horse.
Props for trying.
Yes.
We're going to go into it, but Captain Oates when they say Captain Oates, they mean his penis, in my opinion, but we'll go on.
Oh, that's fair.
So we learned that Seth's favorite holiday is Thanksgiving, which I thought was weird, but I guess it's not that weird. He likes food. Whatever.
How many holidays are there that you could have your favorite?
Well, he also mentions...
It's got to be in the top 5 holidays.
There's a big thing with Chrismica, which is a holiday he invented himself that he's obsessed with, and it seems strange that Thanksgiving would be his favorite, not the one that he has made shirts for, and tries to do like a campaign to get going. Chrismica, a combination of Christmas and Hanukkah. You see it later. I feel like that would be his favorite one, but whatever.
Right? Yeah, it's foreshadowing.
Okay, so the scene is basically they're shitting all over their mother for not being good at her gender role. And then we get a phone call from Trey breaking up. Kirsten answers the phone. Trey's calling for Ryan.
Breaking up?
Yeah, kind of a mood cut.
Oh, breaking up the scene. Gotcha.
I will say, right before the phone call where they ask Sandy to baste, and he says, "I love to baste." I feel like he missed
Honey, I love to baste.
the dad joke of saying that he's a master baster. That felt like a Sandy joke. Maybe a little too blue. Who knows?
It's probably a little too soon to talk about how much masturbating he has to do with all the law work he's got going on.
That's true. His wife is withholding. Right, guys?
Well,
all right.
And he got laid a bunch last episode. Never mind. He doesn't masturbate.
No.
We've also got after the phone call, we have Seth kind of talking to the dad saying, "Did you ever meet Trey?" Did you guys get the feeling that Seth was like threatened by this other brother figure because he's the sole brother figure right now? He hasn't had to think about Ryan having like another brother really. So then when Trey calls, he's made real to Seth in a way. So he appeals to his father. Have you ever met him? Like, did you get like a self-consciousness that I seem to pick up, or was it more just curiosity, you thought?
I think I got more fascination out of it. I don't know. What about you?
No. I've seemed like he was excited. He's got a second brother. Now he's got 2 brothers, where before he only had 1.
I was picking up, and maybe it was me projecting somehow. I thought I picked up from Marissa and Seth an apprehension about this past life they're not a part of, and worrying that he might get reminded of it and pull away from them or something. Definitely more from Marissa than Seth.
I get what you're saying with Marissa. I think I got specifically that he says some line of like, now technically we're all brothers. Made me think that maybe he's like, maybe this guy's just as cool as Ryan, and I'd get 2 Ryans for the price of 1.
I was reading that as like somewhat ungenuine, almost like trying too hard to be cool with. I got a definite like Seth thing. Like, no, that guy is probably cooler than me. Ryan probably has more to do with him. You know, he hangs out with me now because this kid's not around. If he was around again, he'd probably drop me like
Donnie
never had
all
a friend
over
before,
again.
right?
Is that why I try to give him the lesser New Titans instead of the greater New
Yeah,
Legion?
he was trying to back on the Legion.
He's like this.
I thought that was a good moment discussing which comic to bring to Trey. I thought it read very smoothly and kind of like naturally. They just called it by just Titan or just Legion, not like the full title. And it seemed like Ryan just offhandedly had some like opinions and expertise on which one.
Yeah.
And I thought that read really smoothly.
Definitely. The only way it could have been better is if they had name dropped the writer or artist instead of just the book. Then it would be like, oh wow, they really know their
because
stuff.
I feel like when we talk about it, you might say like the new Bendis, whatever.
Yeah, you would say
it matters.
Morrison's X-Men. That's how you would describe a certain thing.
Would you not necessarily say new X-Men? Probably not. Well, unless Morrison's done multiple X-Men, so you might have to, But the point being, it reads as an easy expertise on the subject matter, which doesn't always come through in television, in my opinion. A lot of times with geeky stuff, they really bungle it.
Magic the Gathering.
In my opinion, they did a little bit of that with Anna as well earlier on when she listed off a bunch of like movies she liked or something. It just got no context, and it just didn't seem like I was buying it. But here I bought it.
When she calls Marissa Princess Mononoke.
Yeah, there's no reason you can say that there, but they're talking about bringing a comic and discussing which one they like better.
And Sandy and Kirsten cooking corn. That was a lot of great lines about getting her away from the corn, not even letting her get close to the corn.
What does the corn represent? It's phallic for a reason, yes?
Oh, yes.
The corn is a maze in native tradition. So now the maze of the episode with the phallic corn is the
trying
maze,
to get the dick in all these pussies at once.
Seth is running he's running the maze trying to get his phallic corn dick into either the lovely Summer or the lovely and smart Anna, even though Summer's smart too.
But do you feel like his parents are controlling his dick then by grilling it?
Yeah, they're drilling it and it's getting his hair caught in it. Do you guys seen that video?
Yep.
I don't like that at all.
I didn't click on that.
Did you see the follow-up?
It's no blood. It's actually pretty clean.
Okay.
It's almost like a cartoon version. It's just hair's gone now. It's like a bald spot.
I thought it was super gory, so I was like, I don't want to see a scalp rip
But it's
off.
a lot of hair.
It's just a lot of hair.
Yeah.
It's not gory at all. It's almost comical. But then you're just like, that sucks to lose that much hair.
Yeah.
Is Summer
She
smart?
got that good hair. I'd say Summer. I think
she's a bit ditzy. Like, I don't think she's
ditzy,
a
right?
dummy. But
I think the Madame Bovary thing was hinting at interiority that she hides. I feel like she's playing down some intelligence to fit in with what she's supposed to be as far as her gender role in the OC.
okay.
But that might be me, one, knowing what happens later in the show, and then two, just wanting that to be true about the character.
She just doesn't have the moxie to back it up.
Yeah, she does not have the moxie.
Talk about that moxie.
She hits the bricks too hard without the moxie. Also, we have the Thanksgiving party, Thanksgiving dinner. I guess people would call it that are not weirdos. The Thanksgiving dinner being set up as that end of the episode frame around which every OC episode kind of has. So the Thanksgiving party is the frame, and then the outside influence that might bring someone away from the party, which we always have as well, is Ryan needing to go visit prison to see his brother. So that's your basic frame for the episode that we always have. And then on the phone with his brother, Ryan's talking to him, and Ryan does not trust the intention of the visit. He talks to Seth about it later. He says Trey probably just wants something from him.
I thought this was... I don't know. Every time that I think I start to see symbolism, I start being like, it's getting too farty. But you had mentioned at one point when in the episode of The Girlfriend, when he's talking to the girlfriend, they're talking through these sort of metal bars of the stairwell. And then there was a lot of shots of him sitting on the steps, shot through the bars. And I was like, he's talking to his brother. His brother's in jail. I don't know. Maybe he's feeling trapped by his brother.
Well, I mean, you see the graffiti on the wall when he drives out at the end. It says, as chains being broken, it says something like, you can be free as he drives by. So there's obviously, they're trying something there.
And it's, I guess it's subtle enough. It's kind of nice that you always have those stairs with bars next to him. So every time that someone is feeling trapped, you can tell them to sit on the steps and shoot them through there.
And that feels like it's like a classic move, both the stairs as bars, and then also if you like It's a Wonderful Life, they do a lot of stuff with light, like cast shadows of bars coming through slats of light. And I feel like modern day lighting experts in movies and television show want to reference that type of imagery, definitely. Because a lot of times it goes unnoticed unless you're looking for it, which I specifically look for bars because it's been used so much. I feel like it does go unnoticed a lot of times, and the theory is obviously that subconsciously the viewer, even though they don't know they're picking up on it, will think of the character's trap because they recognize in the back of their lizard brain that symbology there.
Does that mean the Keeks is she's trapped because she's always finding herself around bars?
Oh, because she's always drinking.
Yeah.
Well, it's they're dealing with the wetlands, and she's super wet all the time. I didn't mean like sexy wet. I meant like wet, like she's drinking, like she's.
But honestly, pretty sexy wet.
That didn't work.
She is wet all the time.
Seth really likes corn. I wrote that down.
Yes.
And we also set up that Anna's coming over for the party, which raises some stakes there, and sets up that Jimmy and Rachel are coming over.
How do you think Anna got invited? Did Seth say it, or was she just like, I'm not doing anything, can I come over?
Yeah, I mean, her family's out of town. They went back to Pittsburgh to have the Stern clan to have a Anathema.
But like, how much did she have to force herself to get an invite? I don't think Seth even realized she was actually coming.
Well, Seth, am I wrong? Seth invited her, or at least, or she got invited herself as a friend. Like it was news to him. It seemed like when he talked to Ryan about it afterwards, that she came over kind of expecting it to be somewhat more romantic. Gotcha. I felt like he definitely thought, or at least was trying, for their relationship to be friendly.
But he's got cologne now. Why would he have that cologne if it weren't for...
Was that before or after he talked to Ryan about what it meant?
I don't think he got cologne until he realized that Ano put on perfume for him.
Or what about after perfume. Summer kissed him? Maybe he's prepping for that?
Okay.
I don't know. It's tough to tell where that boy's head is.
I could see like his grandfather giving him Cool Water every year on his birthday or something. Because my grandfather gave me a bottle of Cool Water every year for my birthday.
I would get Stetson.
And that's what he wore. He wore Cool Water.
That's what those two smells are. I've never been able to place that in.
It's his hat, yeah. For it. His Stetson hat, which is a cowboy hat, right? Mm-hmm. His Stetson hat just a cowboy hat?
That's exactly it. It's like cowboy cologne.
Yeah. Okay, so we got another scene. Marissa doesn't want to do Thanksgiving with creepy Caleb. So we learned that in a scene that Marissa is supposed to go do Thanksgiving with Julie and Caleb, who are together now in the open. She's talking to her dad about it, but she doesn't want to go because he's creepy.
It's crazy that they invite her after what she pulled at the boat party. I feel like they would be like, they wouldn't want that.
This might not turn out well. So does Caleb come off as creepy to you guys? Like, he comes off as a shitty old guy. I don't think he comes off as creepy.
No, I think he doesn't give a fuck about anything, and that's not like creepy.
Caleb.
Does Marissa
he fucks hot younger women, and he has a lot of money, and he just seems really comfortable with who he is and just very confident.
Yeah. No, he seems, and the fact that he knows
he likes Seth.
He knows it's an awkward situation of basically like of showing up and bringing this new girlfriend and stuff, but he's very much like, I don't give a shit. Like,
I own this house.
The food was late.
His coat to Sandy.
Yep.
Yeah.
Food wasn't here. I want to watch the game.
He likes Anna. Like, I feel like there's not too much against the guy really, other than being just be a rich old guy from California.
Yep.
Yeah, New Legion cooler than Titans. Russell, what do you know about Legion and Titans? Are they right? Is New Legion cooler than Titans?
I think that Titans is Jeff Johns, and that Legion is the Legion from before, which is the Dan Abbott, Andy Lenning. So it just depends on whatever floats your boat. One is the Guardians of the Galaxy guys. The other guy is who's reinvented DC. I'd probably... I guess it would depend on which issue, but I don't know.
The new one.
Yeah. 2003 era.
Yeah. I would, I guess Legion's probably more fun than those Titans.
Titans would be Teen Titans, right? They're shortening Teen Titans to just Titans.
Yeah. Okay. Unless it was Titans where it was like, it was just Teen Titans, the current incarnation. Yeah,
so I'm bringing that up because they are, Ryan is going to visit his brother in prison. That's what they're going to bring him something to do. Seth doesn't want to admit to liking Anna, as I said.
I like how they've kind of Ryan and Seth's relationship has shifted a little bit, where like Ryan is a little more comfortable in giving him shit and ribbing him.
It's kind of like when Marissa's slowly starting to give back as well. I think Ryan's starting to ironic back to
lots of things of like, Ryan. Oh, you're funny now. Like I liked it when you were quiet all the time.
Liked it better when you had no sense of humor.
Yeah.
Which they bring back later as well.
No, that's
is that Ryan becoming more like Sandy?
Yeah, and Seth, I guess, right?
I could see it. Well, yeah. Sandy's kind of like a more mellowed version of Seth.
Seth is very ironic. Like half the shit he says is some sort of irony, almost to an annoying level.
Almost annoying.
Yeah. Then Jimmy shows up for the party, and they give him shit about his hair and his shirt. He looked fine,
tucked in, huh?
He didn't look great, but he looked fine.
Sandy's wearing a fucking suit. He shows up like a schlub.
They should have told. If they told Jimmy to wear something, I thought
it's Thanksgiving dinner. Do you not dress up for Thanksgiving dinner?
No.
The holiest of holidays?
The Colossus of clout. Yeah, no, I don't dress up for it.
Titan of
I'm not
Legions?
saying he looked great because that collared shirt tucked into the jeans was real bad and real high. And he sits on a couch at one time with really bad posture. He like leans back into it when he's watching football. It's not a good look. But I think he looked fine. Like they made him very self-conscious as soon as he walked in the door. Both Kirsten and Sandy just jumping all over me. That's how you're gonna wear your hair? Oh, that's a new shirt. Like fuck off. Like we can't go and change. You can't get a new haircut and go change his shirt now.
Right.
I guess it's a good sign though that he's not dressing up to impress Kiki. Like he's not. He doesn't give a shit. So I guess that boat has sailed.
You see him over? Yeah, you guys see him as over the Kiki thing. He's learned his lesson. He was in a bad place. He made a bad decision, but he's done with that bullshit.
It felt like everything from his apology forward has been nothing but honest and normal, and him saying he feels really dumb about it, and That's the thing. That's not to say he wouldn't try something again, because I feel like he's kind of weak and a dummy. But for now, I feel like he's fine.
But they're giving him shit because they have an ulterior motive. There's other stuff going on that I don't want to talk about.
Yeah.
They want to get him laid.
Yeah, they. So it's not a what the fuck are you doing, Cohens? It's like, no, they really are. They're concerned about him. He's like a younger brother almost to them. That's what I was kind of seeing it as. But also kind of like, what the fuck, Cohens? All right, so we learn pretty soon that Marissa wants to go to jail to meet Trey with Ryan now. So she learns that he talks to Ryan, learns that Ryan's going to the jail to talk to him, and she invites herself. She has to meet Trey now.
Some dumb fucking shit. Just because he has a mysterious past doesn't mean she needs to insert herself into it.
He's probably broken and just like needs someone to just like make him feel better.
No,
Yeah, she wants to really know Ryan, and she can't respect boundaries or his wishes. He didn't want to bring her along, though. It turns out good that he brought her along.
But it's still like she gets called out for lying to him and making that up, and then never even apologizes for it. Like it's just
she does save his life.
Well, yes. So technically, he possibly would be dead as a result of her not
he
doing.
would have been fine. He would have got
Ryan
out.
can fight, but he
But all I'm saying
there's
is
a lot
like
of people on him.
that shouldn't still get her a pass for like in terms of their relationship going forward. Can't just be
Because Ryan
like
had a good point. We will get to it later, but yeah, you lying gets me in trouble with your mom, not you. Your mom's trying to get along with you. She's not trying to get along with
Who
you.
she then didn't even have to apologize to. Widmore got her out of that too. So
Yep.
it's like she doesn't have to do anything.
It's a bro move in Caleb's corner again. I think Caleb looked pretty good this episode. I think Marissa looked pretty good, other than this kind of thing we're talking about here. There's kind of Marissa bro episode in a few ways.
I think it felt like she came out of her shell a little more joking, a little more like familiar with people, not feeling so timid and fragile.
Well, when she meets the ex later, she is not the one that's kind of acting weird.
No.
Teresa's acting weird.
Yeah.
And then Marissa herself. Teresa, by the way, was the main character from that.
70s show?
No, she is a horror movie, Feast, that was on the Project Greenlight. She was the main character of Feast, I believe.
She's the action heroine? Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah.
But no, she was super confident and just, we're not there yet, but she's doing whatever she wants now. She doesn't give a shit. She's lying to her mother. She's leaving. She's doing whatever makes
I
her
feel like
happy.
she always kind of had loose parenting, but she really does not give a fuck now. Like, she does not expect any punishment ever. She does not care. Which
Anarchy
is something
in the
likable
OC.
about this. I mean, she's the most, again, Marissa's still the most punk rock person on the show. And she always will be. She's overdosing. She's running away. She's going to jail. She's fucking over drinking. I mean, staying out all. She doesn't give a fuck. A lot of people gave Marissa's character shit for being like, I like punk and these are the punk. But she's the most punk rock character. She just doesn't dress it. So as long as you don't do the uniform.
She's Jason Segel.
Yeah, she's Jason Segel from SLC Punk. Yeah, watch that movie if you haven't. It's amazing.
I meant in Forgetting Sarah Marshall.
Watch that movie if you haven't seen it. It's
I
amazing.
think Jason Segel's in SLC Punk, but we'll go with it.
Oh, man.
yes, he
Someone
is.
needs to watch
It's his
that.
first role after,
And it's such a
Freaks and
great,
Geeks.
it's such a great,
we're gonna have to have a movie night. Yeah.
All right. I don't remember him.
He's got a great look.
When I
It's-
watched it, I didn't know who Jason Segel was. Though.
Sure.
You got growing up, John and I enjoyed dressy clothes, and then also having to try and identify with the sort of way of thinking.
It was more
But
punk that we
weren't-
dressed up.
Yeah, we weren't wearing leather jackets with spikes, but
Sure.
Jason Segel dressed like a super big nerd, but he was super tough.
Okay.
He was the toughest. Like, he'd black out and like fucking fuck
Yeah.
people up. And
Yeah,
Not-
man.
he was
We're not-
that guy, if you remember.
That's cool. Yeah, all right.
Oh, yeah, watch that movie again.
And Seth Rogen's character, oh god, Seth Rogen's character was so fun too.
Yeah,
sounded like this all the
I
time.
remember when he was in that. Yeah, you're right, guys.
So it's an obvious setup at this point. Rachel and Jimmy, they're obviously being set up. They don't tell you that until a little bit later on, but I think it's kind of obvious.
When they sat them down, though, I wanted it to be a different conversation. I wanted them to just get everything out in the open and be like, listen, both of you are trying to interrupt with our marriage.
Yeah,
We're
yeah.
not having it. Our marriage is strong. Quit trying to fuck with us. We get it. If you guys want to fuck someone so bad, fuck each other. But it wasn't that.
Yes.
And oh, God, but for like a split second, that's what it was going to be. And it was so good.
That would have been the perfect couple. I would have been so on board with that.
Well, their logic makes sense. I mean, it might be weird setting up the two people that are hitting on you with each other, but it makes sense if Rachel likes Sandy, then Kirsten is married to Sandy. So in theory, Kirsten's old boyfriend Jimmy must be similar in some ways to Sandy. So therefore, Rachel would probably like Jimmy. Like, it makes
Sure.
sense in my head, the whole thing. Though I
Except
don't.
Sandy and Jimmy are nothing alike.
No, but Kirsten and Rachel are somewhat similar, I think. High-powered, smart, capable women in OC business. Like, I feel like that's a type. If it's a certain type you like, they're pretty similar. Neither of them is particular. I think Rachel's a little bit more easygoing, a little funnier, maybe, a little bit more flirty. Kirsten seems be a little bit more serious. They both like their drinking.
Kirsten's way richer.
Kitchen's way richer. But I think
Rachel
Rachel
doesn't
does
have
fine.
any kids.
Rachel does fine.
Oh, yep. Yeah, good call.
She do fine. What did you think about Ryan borrowing Sandy's phone? It's just weird. You see that, like, hey, you're going to take this phone if you're going to jail. I just assumed he had a phone because of nowadays.
Yep.
Ryan would just have a phone now, and just it dates a little bit. Again, just a teenager not having a phone of one's own.
No, I wrote down 2003 and circled it because that's where like take the house phone before you leave. The idea of having like multiple cell phones for a family would have been ridiculous.
And they're super rich.
Yeah. I mean, if they can afford one phone for Sandy, does Cohen have a phone? I mean, Sandy has a cell phone he gave him. Is Sandy the only one with a cell phone? Because my dad definitely had a cell phone before the rest of our family did.
Mm-hmm.
Seth doesn't because he doesn't have anyone to call, but Kiki does.
Mm-hmm. I bet she has one for work.
Yeah, we've
seen hers go off, in her pants.
We just had one.
Yeah.
We just had one for the cars. Like
She's
whoever
wet
took
all the time.
Yeah, my dad had one in his car. So just gonna go right over that. She's drinking, so she's wet all the time. That's like an old timey term for being drunk is being wet, right?
Yeah.
Isn't that a thing?
Yeah.
I mean, I know the opposite of being dry. Like I've heard that.
But wet now has to do with pussies.
Definitely yes. Welcome back.
Be they turkey or turtle. You guys know that Ryan's funny now.
Haha.
When did that happen?
He said that specifically when Ryan was giving him shit, and then Seth comes back. Did you guys know that Ryan's funny now? Ha ha. I loved his little half-hearted laugh.
Yes, a lot of Seth's jokes now are the meta kind, or just calling stuff out to the audience. Basically, there's another one later on that has something to do with just observing how the show is going. Mm-hmm. So we got Ryan leaving for prison at this point, right? Marissa, kind of childlike, she's like Carl from The Walking Dead. Like they'll get halfway on like a run out of Alexandria, and then the car will be like hidden in the back seat, like, you have to take me on this zombie run. That's what Marissa. She feels very childlike, in my opinion. This scene where he just opens the door and she's sitting there like, I'm ready to go on an adventure.
How long was she hiding in the car?
Yeah, that's a good question.
She slept there that night.
Wow.
She was like, this is going to be insane. No, they were just making out in the pool house, but. Yeah,
that's
and
right,
definitely just about any character on this show, if it's ever a conversation, all you have to do is just be more confident. And all she does is just like, nope, I'm coming with you. And that's the end of it.
That's like the mission statement for at least relationships in the show is confidence.
And then later, whenever Ryan comes back with, this isn't a conversation, and he wins the confidence battle of that and then sends her packing.
He was trying to be like a paradoxical, like by saying like, this is a lie. This isn't a conversation.
Yeah, it's like, but it.
Well, by stating this is a lie, it's paradoxical because if it is a lie, then it can't be a lie because you're lying about it being a lie. Don't worry about it.
What if Pinocchio said that?
Oh,
His nose would implode.
It just go back into
his mouth.
Why'd you point at your dick?
That's what I do.
You're doing that the entire podcast.
Okay. So they get to they get to jail. Marissa and Ryan go to jail. Does the camera quality change or something? Did you guys notice? Yes.
Every time they're in Chino,
weird.
It's either a different filter or a different lens or something. It's super blue
super
and
bright,
washed out.
super blue, washed out. So they're just trying to show a difference, a contrast between the two areas, right?
Also feels like they do a lot more like handheld shots.
Yeah, it looks a little shaky. It looks a little bit more granulated or something, like a video or something, as opposed to film.
They probably shot like digital type of thing. But I definitely noticed throughout the whole show a lot of establishing shots of the OC, which I don't feel like you've really gotten up till this point. I guess you really haven't left the OC, but it's a lot of like handheld jostling shots of in Chino, and then these like sweeping helicopter shots of the OC, which I thought was really nice. Yeah,
and then and Chino's more shot like Southland or something, or Cops, or it's close to the ground. It's not sweeping. It's that different
like
quality,
kind of like a Sons of Anarchy vibe.
Yeah, it has kind of more of that going on. The Shield, I think, if you saw the Shield, has that kind of quality.
Pioneered that look.
So we've got basically like every time we see someone in prison, they have a black eye because they've been beaten up to show that there's a threat there. So essentially, when Ryan gets down, he's kind of aggressively like, "Oh, you just called me because you want something." To which Trey is somewhat defensive, except
he's like, "No, I didn't." But seriously, I want something.
Do need something.
So okay, the actor who plays Trey eventually will be the guy who was in Prometheus.
Yes, sir.
Okay. There we go.
He's not recast yet.
But that is not him at this point. This is still the same guy from the pilot.
My guess is yes.
Okay.
I don't remember what that guy looks like, but I think they only use 2 guys.
For bro. That's all I
Yeah,
wrote
so we
for
learned that
scene.
Ryan has to steal this card because Trey's being leaned on in prison, getting beaten up because he owes money. So Ryan's got to pay off his debt by stealing this car. This is the second time we get a reference to the Atwood luck. Trey mentions, our luck, bro, which the casino episode, Ryan's mother mentions the Atwood luck as well. So apparently there's just like this legend of the bad luck Atwoods.
So Brian seems like he's having pretty good luck, and it seems as if it's less luck and more shitty choices.
Yep. 100%.
You steal a car and you become an alcoholic. Yeah.
Marissa was very insistent on, I'm going to come. And then she's like, I'll be over here. You
like,
guys talk.
Oh, shit, I should not be here. Also, I'm wearing all orange in this prison. What a poor choice on my part.
They just put her in a cell.
The jack-o'-lantern gang's going to be... Oh, because they're dressed in orange.
And also the jack-o'-lantern gang. Holy shit. Tell me
don't
more
fuck
about
with it.
these people. I didn't...
Yes.
But okay, so after they get done talking to Trey, Marissa doesn't want to leave, doesn't want to go back to OC and leave Ryan to steal the car and do what he needs to do with Arturo, which is a sweet name. Is this a good look is this annoying from Marissa, stupid from Marissa? Is this childish from Marissa? Or is it stand by your man style or Marissa? Is this, brave and giving him backup when he needs it? How do you...
I think I buy the fact that where she's coming from, I suppose. She wants...
The OC is where she's coming from.
Oh, okay. But she wants to know that she has this whole other life that she's just not aware of, and she wants to be part of it, and she wants to help out. And so I can get on
She
board
has
with
to dominate all parts of him, not just present, but past and future.
Of
so
course.
she has to.
that. She wants to know every inch of him.
She's infatuated.
All 10.
But this is where Ryan makes a huge mistake and doesn't tell her where they're going. I feel like he really should have said
He could give
something.
the heads up. Hey, we're going to my ex's house.
Yeah.
You're 100% right on that one.
That's...
Because up to this point, she doesn't know. In her head, he has said that he's never had a girlfriend and never got a date. He's just hooked up.
Yeah.
Right? So Teresa is a fuck buddy he's had as a young
his
man.
whole goddamn life.
So, but doesn't Teresa seem a little bit more connected than Ryan's letting on about his girlfriends? Ryan's like, I've never been on a date. I've just fucked.
She
Teresa
refers to
thinks-
herself as the ex-girlfriend.
Yeah, she definitely thinks of herself. So is Teresa hashtag crazy clingy, or is it more probably, in my opinion, Ryan not really telling people what he wants to try and sound cool? I don't date, I just fucking...
Ryan's hashtag a little boy.
Yeah. Ugh.
What's he's a little boy. Ryan's a little boy.
Ryan's hashtagging a little boy.
I almost got kind of a vibe of like an Anna Seth thing of they were friends since they were little kids, probably. I guess kind
Anna
of lived
Seth
down
is
the
a cool
street.
fantasy name. I'm going to write that down.
And then
Anna Seth.
and so then as they grew up, she had a crush on him. Maybe they dated for a little bit, probably got weird, and then he peaced out.
And then we get the scene where Anna shows up at the Cohens
What the
residence.
fuck
for
was that
Thanksgiving.
jacket she was wearing? Jesus Christ.
well,
Anna.
It was a butterfly, right? Or a ribbon?
I don't know what the fuck it
Ribbon
was. It just
dancers all
looked
around?
weird.
I think if she doesn't let her earrings be dangly, her outfit explodes.
Hashtag earrings be dangly.
Yes,
I got to stop doing hashtag stuff.
because no one's doing it.
No one does hashtag.
No one's taking our dash.
No one's taking our
hashtags.
hashtag.
No, give me the
Later,
other ones.
we got to
It's
do
cool.
hashtag orange candles or brown candles. But
That's because you guys got to jump into the top 10 on that on that at midnight, so
yeah.
people will retweet
What up
us.
at midnight?
By the way, I watched a
4 weeks ago.
last episode was a Magic episode, right?
Wait,
yeah, there's a documentary
last
on
week
Netflix.
was the Magic episode?
Well, that's what I called it, Magic the Gathering episode.
Oh, gotcha.
And there's a documentary about Magic the Gathering on Netflix that made me really want to play really bad, even
Okay.
though I'm terrible at Magic.
the arcade game was fun. The Xbox
The game,
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
a very simplified version. It keeps track of all the numbers for you.
Yeah.
That's why I'm bad at the regular one, because you have to like write down all the little things, and it's
I'm bad at the regular one because I hate purchasing.
that too. It's a very commerce driven game, but yeah, it's just all the ranking and the regional qualifiers, and they had these 3 guys that are called like the Peach Orchard Gang or something like that, which is a card where there's
Jack-o'-lantern.
3 characters, and if you play 3 at the same time, all of them get stronger. So they
What?
named their group after it, and so they all go to these tournaments and play individually, but they train together and get better because of each other. Then like all 3 of them gotten through the top 8 like round for the nationals. I was like, this shit makes us want to become professional Magic team or something.
All right.
It's probably impossibly hard and we're terrible, but it made that game seem way more interesting.
What's the name of the doc?
The doc, I think it's called the Battlefield, Magic the Gathering, something like that. It follows like
They could have come up with a better name.
Yeah, guess who?
I call it Black
Okay.
Lotus Pocus.
Guess who narrates it? It's one of the 2 obvious guys that you'd think of to narrate something like this.
Kevin Smith.
Okay, one of 3 obvious guys that would narrate.
Stoney Lee.
It's Will Wheaton. I thought you were going
nice.
to come up with Chris Hardwick or Will Wheaton.
No, that makes sense.
we-
I was trying to think of the Big Bang Theory guys.
He doesn't narrate or stuff either.
I was in Adam Brody. Should have been Adam Brody. But on.
So when Anna shows up, everyone loves her because that is exactly what should happen. Everyone understands that she is the best and she should be a part of their family.
She's perfect for Seth. She's smart. She's confident. She's a unique individual. She,
although I do love right before she shows up where Kirsten's opening the wine. She has the skill that I'm confident in, and then Seth is just like, no argument here. That's like,
Mom, you're an alcoholic.
Right? That's the saddest joke ever.
Yeah.
But for real, we should all be calling her Anathema from now.
Anal. So what do you think of Anal's use of anathema? Did she use that correctly?
I don't know what that is.
Did it stand out?
Is that a metaphor?
It's kind of
More or
like
less,
the
yeah.
opposite of what she uses it. I mean, it's the way that they do Thanksgiving is the opposite of what Thanksgiving should be.
Like, is it the most extreme?
The most
opposite?
extreme. It's kind of like
apotheosis. Isn't that the reverse of that? I learned that from the first page of The Gunslinger. But
I think you're correct, but I don't use. I'm a writer, but I do not use anathema or apotheosis for the very reason that it seemed weird in this to me. It just feels like you're trying. Like if I feel like Anna, that's showing Anna trying to impress the parents. Because why would you just throw out anathema? I don't use that.
Fancy lawyer and big time ruler of the OC.
Yeah, that could be intimidating. And she, I mean, I think she's supposed to be, whether or not it came out awkward, which to me it did. I think that character is an erudite, mature person that would use that word, I suppose.
And totally tickled Sandy.
Yeah, Sandy liked that. He's like, anathema. I thought that was a very adorable exchange with the mother giving, Kirsten giving a raised eyebrow to Seth, like, good job. And Sandy going, anathema, she's smart, and like ribbing him and stuff. And Seth getting embarrassed. I just thought it was a very sweet moment. Yeah. Something that would definitely happen to me if I brought a girl over ever to my parents. I feel like my dad would be less chill about it. And in fact, I know for a fact my dad is less chill about things like that.
Does he actually give him a fist bump? Does Sandy give Seth a fist bump?
I think he gives him one finger.
Oh.
I wrote down Anna talks like a 50s actress. Did you guys pick that up? Why did I write that?
Did she say something about a dame?
I must have been the way. I think it was something about the way, just her cadence of her voice or something. For some reason, I wrote down. So if you think that, tweet at us. Does she act like a 50s actress? But her voice had a quality to it, in my opinion.
Yeah, she anathema.
Yeah.
Talking like this. I'm Anna.
I don't know the actress name, but is she not attractive?
I think she's hot as fuck.
Because like it seems like, oh, she's so smart, but Summer, she's got
Well, Anna says herself, right? When you see Summer, you see boobs and you see hair. When you see me, you see a friend. I think I think it's in movie and television speak, because she does not have revealing clothes and long hair, she's supposed to be boyish and not attractive. I think she's hot as fuck. Very attractive lady, super she's in shape. She's got thought out hair. It's not just like an accident. She wears makeup correctly, it looks like. She's just, for what I can understand, she's conventionally a good-looking person.
Yeah.
But I guess compared to Summer, compared to the specific ideal of maybe the OC, she is not.
I think you're right, though, that like short hair is up there with glasses and a ponytail of just sort of the real life equivalent to, I don't know, missing half of your face. Like that it's a huge deformity that's supposed to make you look unattractive compared to someone else.
And to all of our listeners that are missing half their face, Harvey,
fuck you, turn it off.
Harvey, you specifically.
Yes.
We don't think that you're disgusting.
It's
just we're talking in generalities based on societal views.
No, yeah.
Watch out for that chandelier.
I'm gonna fall from the chandelier.
I don't know, Sia.
Hair in my face.
Oh, Sia, man.
It's good. You haven't listened to Sia? It sounds
No, I've
good.
heard it's good. I've heard
videos are fun. The Shia LaBeouf one's good.
Right on.
I mean, it's cute. The little girl dancing's cute and stuff. But the one where she dances with Shia LaBeouf, there's like a story. It's like there's a tension to it. Like, oh, what's going on? There's like a guy with his shirt off and like a lady in a leotard, and she's a kid. Like, it's this weird, like, ooh, what's this about? But it's like, oh no, it seems like their father and daughter. But like, oh no, they're kind of like, it's just like the whole thing they're doing with the video. It's like I'm not really interpretive dance guy, but I was like, okay, this did. I mean, it did something.
I would label you as an
It's really interesting, and it's all like one fucking shot.
So then, Rachel likes sports. Jimmy likes sports. Can you believe
They
it?
both are soothed by the ESPN Classic specifically.
And
here's the thing about soothing, right? Why are they both soothed by? Have you guys ever watched ESPN Classic? I haven't.
No.
I assume it's just you're watching shows
Just
that
shows
you know
old
the
games.
ending to already,
Right.
So it's soothing to them to watch something that's just like this struggle. It's like this, it's the matchup, right? But they know at the end what's going to happen. It's like watching your favorite movie. You don't have the tension you had the first time you watched it, but it's different. And it's interesting and soothing and fun in a different way because you just get to see the things you love play out. You don't have to be scared for this character. You know what's going to happen. It soothes you to watch it play out the way you remember.
I mean, I've rewatched The Simpsons a million times. As someone who's rewatched The OC 4 times, I'm sure you can attest to that. Like,
sure.
On certain levels.
I'm not tense about
No,
things.
I mean, as I check out on the black and white, and like when it comes to sports, I feel like I have trouble watching highlights from a game I just watched. Like if I hadn't seen it, then
Actually,
it's fine,
I'm with you on that. On sports, I don't get
No, I guess I can see if someone told me they got the same that I got out of watching The Simpsons. I get it as a concept. I could not watch old sports.
Well, I can't. I like when let's say the Orioles, which are my baseball team, or the Hornets when they're
which are my baseball team,
which is our basketball team. Let's say they win the championship, right?
Yeah.
What win?
If they win, there's
2
a thing.
years.
A lot of fans will buy the DVD set of the entire finals, and they'll just rewatch and like jerk off to it or whatever.
Right.
Into
That's
their
your
fucking
can do
sock
that.
puppet Oriole. I'll try it. I mean, I'm not saying I'm not going to do it, but I'm going to try it. I don't know personally if I would be the person, if I in theory watched all those games, to go back, buy spend $100 on the box set and then watch them all beginning to end.
I wouldn't spend the $100. I would steal it. But
If I could steal
I could
it,
watch
maybe.
those games again if we won the championship. Like yeah.
But I'm also someone that has a tough time if I can be a lot of people can't really be spoiled for their sports match. They'll see a score and then they're out to dinner or whatever, no big deal. They'll watch or they won't. Like if I see like the score at the end of the game on accident, like I pretty much check out when I watch the game later. I just can't even.
Yeah.
Like I'll try to watch it, but I end up fast forwarding. I know what fucking happens.
You lose, or I lose whatever I'm caring about.
So what you
gone.
care about is that tension. Are we going to win? So in my head, ESPN Classic isn't that soothing because you know what's going to happen. The tension. In my opinion, sports is all about the tension. Like, are they going to
It's
go
a
on
live
a run?
story, and if you're not being told the story as it's being told, then is it still worth being told?
It's the greatest reality show ever. No one's ever come close to the interpersonal relationships and the rise and fall of and the expectation. That's why people like sports.
The fact that it goes on forever and it will never end.
Yeah, it's like a soap opera. It's like wrestling.
My memories of football from the mid 2000s were that the Dolphins were.
Sorry, do you mean American football?
Yes.
Okay. I'm gonna wax my
So
mustache.
Dolphins were Jimmy's favorite team, and the Cowboys were Rachel's favorite team.
America's favorite team.
If I remember right, the Dolphins fans were like long-suffering fans, where like they were always pulling for him. They were
Cowboys
great
now,
at one point, and then always just sucked ever since like Marino back.
Marino,
That's
yeah.
my memories, and that the Cowboys were always just
Laces
killing
out.
it and very like always winning. And it felt like that says a lot about both of their characters. Of that, like Rachel's favorite would be
Front runner.
the alpha and like the winner, and Jimmy's would be
Is Jimmy
pathetic.
from Florida? Jimmy is from the OC, yes? He was
Yes,
born there.
he's from.
Yeah.
So are we to believe Rachel's from Texas? Why would Jimmy like the Miami Dolphins? Like he just chose the Miami Dolphins to be a fan of? He's
Well,
from
yeah,
the
because
OC.
Baltimore
Dan
Orioles.
Marino.
Yeah, I mean, like it's
Yeah, but Orioles are the closest team that aren't the Braves to Columbia, South Carolina.
okay.
What? That can't be true.
I was a contrarian because the rest of my family liked the Braves, and I liked them in the 90s. Julie and Caleb arrive for the party. They are not invited, but their caterer fucked up.
There's like this moment of like everyone is perfect and happy, and then like Rachel and Jimmy are getting it on, not getting it on, getting to
says
know
getting
each
it
other.
on anyway,
on
if
the
that was
couch.
what you meant
Is
to
Rachel
say.
genuinely interested in him? Because I got the picture that she's just doing it to fuck with Sandy.
I think she's
Oh.
into him, but she doesn't want to admit it because she's not supposed to be into him.
I think she's not into him, and she's just going to pretend like it is in order to fuck with Sandy.
All right.
Interesting.
I think because she says, "Oh, it is a game" or whatever, or like someone scored some points, and then it was like it's a game, and she's like,
She does
"Yes,
say that while they're
it is
watching. It's a game now or something. And she,
Yeah. But I thought that was more to throw it in Julie Cooper's face.
No,
but
Throw
she
one in,
had-
Julie.
She had the
Yeah,
conversation
I
with
do it.
Sandy, and she was like, "This isn't going to stop whatever's going on between us."
okay.
Speaking of the gruesome twosome,
Yes.
they invite themselves to Thanksgiving dinner because their caterer fucked up. And so and Julie sees Rachel and Jimmy on the couch. Feels like Jimmy's just oblivious to the anything. He's like, I'm just watching the game.
Yeah.
I feel like he's really has no, like, I think later on he realizes he's kind of like, oh, this Rachel girl's pretty cool. But I think he doesn't have much, what do you call it, like game to him. I think he's just enjoying himself. And then,
Well, his picture of himself is, "I've got nothing going for me. No one would ever want me. Why would anyone be into me?" So he doesn't.
so that's the key to getting a girl. Okay. I'm
yeah.
like halfway there.
Yes. Woe is me, rescue me, damsels, please.
Gotta own it.
Confidence, Cohen. So what does Julie think when she sees that? What's Julie's reaction?
Well,
them
when
on the couch.
Oh, she sees them on the couch? I
Well,
think
at first she's looking for Marissa, and so she doesn't see Marissa. And I guess when she sees them,
I felt like she cut some serious eyes at, I don't know if it was Jimmy or if it was Rachel, but
Sorry, I thought you meant Kirsten. Yes, Julie definitely.
I might have said Kirsten.
No, I would. You said the right thing, but
Jorston.
yes,
A Spike Lee joint?
yeah, she gets real bummed out
Said the
about
right
it,
thing,
and
don't
I don't even know if she's mad just because Jimmy is happy, or she like doesn't want him to be with anyone, or just that's also true. She could have just been mad that Marissa wasn't there.
No. I think it's definitely Jimmy.
right.
But she just used that as an excuse.
Yeah, but I mean, clearly she can't be jealous, like to be like, I want him back, but it has to be on some level of just like,
Well, her life was ruined by him. She wants him to suffer. He can't be not suffering at all times ever.
That's it. Yeah, you got it. So if Julie walks in and she sees Jimmy and there's like this exchange where it's like, Jimmy, Julie, and then Rachel's just going, Rachel.
Yes.
And I feel like there's a scene earlier where I think maybe you were calling her, like she is always introducing herself.
Rachel. Yeah, she was at the dinner. Sandy and she are out to dinner after work.
That is forever her thing.
Jimmy and Kirsten come in. Yeah.
Just got to be weird. She's like very much an outsider's perspective on all of the weird ass drama of these families.
She has no stakes in any of this.
Yep.
Nope.
And,
I mean, it's just the even if they lost the law thing, I think she'd be fine. Like, just whatever.
yeah, it's a very much like when they're all crammed on the couch later, it feels very much like she's just like, all right, let's rile some people
I would
up
say
here.
also Caleb has that. When Caleb walks in, there's all this awkwardness and like Marissa's missing and Julie's cutting eyes at Jimmy and Caleb just like, all right, what's for dinner? And like gives his jacket after insulting Sandy a couple times. Saying it's his
never
house.
shown up to Thanksgiving dinner, but he shows up and he acts like it's no big deal.
Yep.
He does not give a fuck about the awkwardness that he's causing at all. I kind of respect that in a way. I mean, it's not good to be, so full of yourself that you're not aware of things going around you and all stuff, but just this confidence in himself and he's just unapologetic nature. It's something to be said about that.
But there's kind of a certain level, the same way that I was drawn to Luke early on in the series. Well,
mainly because of his chin and his pecs and his arms.
and those
Can we talk
eyes.
about Luke? I miss Luke
what
so
the fuck,
much.
Luke? I was kind of lying when I say he didn't come back a lot, but we see a sharp drop off of Luke from the early season.
What was his Thanksgiving
early
like,
episodes.
you guys? You think it was just really nice? A lot of like dad very congratulating him on water polo stuff.
No, I think he misses Rissa, and he wishes he had her back, and so I don't think he'll be he probably hasn't shaved in a while, and he's just
Oh, they look so good with the 5 o'clock
yes.
shadow.
Okay, so don't spoil
Just
anything.
put burn marks
but
inside my thighs.
as I've been checking Tumblr, I feel like I've glanced at a
Tumblr?
picture of Luke playing guitar.
Luke playing guitar.
Does Luke play acoustic guitar at some point?
Luke does pick up an acoustic guitar,
Oh, I can't wait.
and it's one of my favorite episodes of the OC.
is it called the guitar?
It's in the Oliver saga.
Ooh.
It's one of these episodes where Luke starts being cooler.
When
How could he be cooler?
You guys are gonna fucking cream your
Wait.
pants at later, Luke.
wait, I
Later.
thought we didn't like Luke cold.
Oh,
No.
that's true.
Well.
We want lukewarm.
When the Grutu showed up, I thought it was real neat how
To Grutu.
how-
We're like abbreviating the nickname already.
how
Grutu.
Coco took Sandy's lines and reused them, took his lingo just like Seth would do. The showing how she's similar to him. Because earlier Rachel says something sassy and Sandy's like, "That's." She's like, "Oh, is this your summer home?" And Sandy's like, "That's Rachel speak for what a lovely
what a
home."
lovely home.
And then when the Grutu show up, Cuckoo's like, "That's
No one knows what you're talking about. Because you use Grutu and Cuckoo.
that's whatever
This is baby
that's
talk.
Caleb speak for such and such." And
Yeah,
so
yeah.
I think it's interesting to see
Thank you for
how
letting me know, yeah.
language travels within the oak.
Yeah, the OC they tend to have that circular motion of words, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like everyone will, even if they weren't in the scene to call it back, somehow the show will call it back for them. Almost.
I like because Kirsten is at the receiving end of a lot of sarcasm from
yeah.
everyone
All
else in
10
the
inches,
family,
yeah.
and so for her to sort of feel like she's sort of picking up some of it is kind of hilarious.
All right, so we cut to Chino. They have left.
Don't cut to Chino.
We cut to Chino.
Aw.
Marissa and Ryan have left the prison, and Marissa says, "So this is your old neighborhood, huh?" To establish that they're in Chino, where Ryan's from.
So this is your hood.
It felt very much
Yeah.
like a move to me. Like, now we're in Ryan's neighborhood from Chino, where he used to be from. Audience, I didn't like that.
Deliberate expo.
So they didn't talk about
Del
this where they
X.
were going before. I feel like I want him to look over like, yes, like I told you we were going here. Why would you say this now? It's like that thing they do in movies and television shows when a scene starts up, usually after commercial or something, it's a TV show. They'll be like, so the reason we're at this house, like, no, you didn't talk about the reason why you're coming to this house before you came here, but you have to do it for the audience.
Let me reiterate the problem.
Yeah, I really don't like that move. There's got to be better ways to do
my
that.
favorite is when, like, okay, we're all sitting in a living room and they're like,
We're in your
that's a big
kitchen.
house. Okay, so we're all in my kitchen and I go, that's not a big house. And then it cuts to us walking up to a big giant house and I go, this is a big house.
Yeah.
As if like I just haven't been talking for 3 hours.
Yeah, we should make a movie where the whole movie is it's a concept piece. The whole movie opens with that's not a big house, then shows the entire trip as we walk all the way to another house that takes an hour, and then walk up to
Silently.
it. This is a big house. Movie over.
Yes. All right.
I
So
think people will love that movie.
so they meet Teresa, right? And
I can't wait to
Marissa says,
meet Teresa. Yeah.
I'm Marissa Cooper.
Well, she wants to live her
Do you guys
life.
introduce yourselves by your full name when you meet someone? Do you say I'm Russell Sanders? Doxed you, sorry.
No.
Yes.
I usually say, I'm Russell.
I'm JT.
And I'm JT.
Don't you fucking take my
That's my
I guess
making my move.
It depends on what circumstance. If it's like a job interview, maybe. No, I think I only say first name. Why would I say last name?
It felt really. I don't know why that weirded me out so
Did
much.
Teresa say that last name?
I- might-
She's like, hey, I'm Teresa. She's like, I'm Marissa Cooper.
I might in like when I introduced to my class for the semester for the first time, but other than that, maybe the Cooper name rings out in California. So she's like, I gotta let people know.
That's really the vibe I took away from it. Like a rich person would
You know
be
what's
like,
the
I'm
odd-
Marissa.
I'm
Cooper.
Marissa Cooper.
Of the Coopers?
Of the California Cooper. You know what I think is an opposite of what we're talking about?
Anathema?
If someone knows a celebrity and then talks about them only by their first name, like, fuck you, say their whole name.
Or like instead of Robert De Niro calling him Bobby, you're like,
or
oh.
just, okay, like if someone meets James Franco, like me and James, like just say James Franco and, you know.
So you didn't like it earlier when I talked about Julie following our pod on
No,
Twitters?
Didn't love it. I want to hear
furious.
the whole Landau. But essentially, Marissa's left behind, her right behind, and her left behind make one whole behind. She's left behind, so Ryan can go steal the car with Arturo. And it seemed like Marissa's like, no, I'm going to go with you. I'm going to be your wingman. I'm going to help you. And it's like, oh, ex-girlfriend, I'm staying to talk to her. You go and do your... You see what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, she was
Her
all
goal-
gung-ho to be wingman.
Well-
then she just leaves him. Well, you're right. Her goal was to learn about him.
Nah, who better to learn from than her?
Is it
Eskimo
bullshit that
sister?
she was hiding that? Like, no, I want to help you out. I'm not going to leave you to do this alone. But really, she just wanted to learn about his past. You know, seems kind of bullshit to hide that.
You don't frame it in the way that you're like, I'm going to be so helpful and I'm here because you need me to help you. And then the second that her needs could be better suited somewhere else, just be like, fuck off.
So Summer shows up the Cohens because she's supposed to have done Thanksgiving dinner with Marissa, with Caleb and Julie, correct?
Yes.
But now since Marissa's not there and the caterers are gone, Summer's left out in the wind. So this is yet another time, almost
The
every
summer breeze.
episode, Marissa has
building.
has basically flaked out on a responsibility she had to go do something else without telling someone. So Summer's birthday party. It was she tried to flake out and continue, but ended up going. She does this a lot, and this is another a situation where she flakes out on Summer and leaves her flapping in the summer breeze.
Right before Summer shows up, I just wanted to point out that there's a tension is kind of boiling up, and and Caleb is trying to have a talk with Kirsten, and Anna gets in his face and brings up the lawsuit, and I thought that was
yeah.
awesome.
It was kind of awesome. But it was also kind of like, don't be in this guy's fucking house. I guess it's not his house though.
That's what I'm saying. She was being a bro to her
Well,
host.
she was trying to run a block, right? So
Yeah.
Kirsten could get away. I thought that was a bro move. Yeah.
Yep. So anyway, then Summer shows up.
Like, I bet she doesn't really give as much of a shit about it. She was just saying. Just,
No.
No, I get the feeling she's kind of conscientious about.
But Anna's pretty perfect.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that character.
Do you find? Yeah, okay. So you don't find, Jamie? Is there anything wrong with anal? Is there any reason why Seth is wanting to go Summer over anal?
I think it's entirely
The mythos.
yeah. It's exactly. I think that that's been built up for so long. He has a boat named after it. That
And as a real person, Summer's still somewhat of an idea. Mm-hmm. That's right.
I get that this is 30-year-old me looking at the decisions of a 16 or 17-year-old boy,
Sure.
but I
In a
don't
melodrama.
I don't understand why he didn't just say, "Hey, Summer, Anna's here. I know you don't know that.
Because he didn't invite them both. She just showed up. So it's not like he made a mistake at this point.
It's like you got to at least say that. At least let her know. Why are you trying to keep it hidden? Like, Summer understands that you're going on dates with her.
Because he wants her to stay. He wants her to stay. He's dumb and 16. He also, I think would be a good look for Cohen if he said that Anna's already here. I mean, that's gonna make. We've already seen that Summer. It works on Summer when she sees other girls with him. It makes her more interested. So I think it would only benefit him. She probably would have stayed just to like compete if she knew that Anna was there. So yeah, I'm with Russell. It's a bad move, but at the same time, he's dumb. So he's just like, oh, I just don't want her to leave. I love Summer, so I have to somehow get her in here.
Instead, let's go make out on my brother's bed.
That's true. Yeah, the pool house. Took her to the pool house. What was that a metaphor for?
Sex.
It was just sex. Okay.
No, someone was jacking off in the pool house.
Yeah, it was. It was for jacking off.
Remember when the pool house didn't have anything on the windows, and now it's like covered up all the time because it's such a sex dungeon?
Yeah, I bet that place smells real bad.
Windows are all musty.
Yeah, it smells like Chino balls. Like hot Chino balls.
That's a joke later about mishearing the word Chino. Said he's got my chinos.
Yeah, so Seth hides Summer in the pool house.
Yeah, and I like the music that kept building up during those scenes. Every time it was a Seth with two ladies, it was kind of reminded me of the Looney Tunes factory music. That's like
same music pretty much they used in the casino episode where again there's lots of things bubbling over at the same time. It's a kind of an OC finale of an episode sort of move. More and more shit gets more and more complicated and interwoven until it all bubbles over. And at the same time usually.
And I liked it. There was definitely every time I got to the Seth thing, I started cringing. I was like, "Oh, this is gonna be terrible." But
and as everything bubbled over in this episode, also the turkey burned as well, which is like everything's cooking and then comes. It's interesting.
Well, they still get we're not there, but they could still eat everything else if only the turkey is around.
It's like a vegetarian thing.
They didn't have to order out all the food.
Yeah, right? It was only the turkey.
Well, so there was a point at the beginning of the episode where they were trying to prevent Kirsten from doing anything, and they kept giving all of the jobs away, but all of the jobs that they had were
the non-cooking thing.
Cranberries and then
yams.
Was that it?
They're peeling potatoes, making cranberry sauce,
cooking corn.
And so I would argue that probably none of them know how to make Thanksgiving dinner.
No. In addition to the Looney Tunes song, earlier when Ryan is talking on the phone in his jail stairs, there's a little piano music, which I feel is like they've gone to multiple times, where it's just like this sad tinkling piano song that plays whenever someone's having true feelings. Is that gonna keep coming back, I guess?
Sad tinkling. Peeing while you're crying.
I actually can't think of what that
Have you guys
like.
ever peed while you were crying before? I know you had that urinary tract or something, right? Would that do it?
Yeah, that'll do it. Yeah.
You have never kidney stones or anything? Never had to pee and cry at the same time?
I do it all the time.
Kidney stones?
If you had to look at my dick, you'd try to. If it happened to you, boom, 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 penis.
Come on, knock on my cock.
Before I interrupted you, Jamie.
Well, Wesley was talking about sad tinkling. I would actually be interested to know what are the repeated sound cues. Like if they did use the music for the Looney Tunes factory music for the every time Thanksgiving. It's about a lot of white gloves with like robot arms doing things.
It's all Fantasia music.
In my head, that song is from the beginning of
my head.
Honey, I Shrunk the Kids.
Shrunk Kids. Yep. So Teresa and Marissa are discussing Ryan's Snoopy musical.
Are you guys familiar with You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown? Did you come see You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown when I was in it in high school, JT?
Well, were you Snoopy?
No, I was a fucking chorus member.
I don't think I saw a single play when I was in high school. I was punk rock in high school. I couldn't do anything that was attached to the school.
Except for cool. Art and drawing.
Except for art and drawing. I have other things. ROTC.
Punk rock
ROTC.
I'm a whole bunch of ironies in one man.
Buttholes.
There are two songs that Snoopy has in You're a Good Man, Charlie Brown. One of them is talking about how he gets how awesome his life is it being a pet, and like how everyone loves him and everyone thinks he's so great, but sometimes he has these animalistic urges that come out, and he just wants to be a wild animal, and that feels very much like Ryan. Like that.
I tried to write down some of the comparisons, so I'm glad that I didn't have that one. I had the what do I know about Snoopy? Not much, but I know he's always trying to write a novel, and it always starts off, it was a dark and stormy night, and he never finishes it. I know he imagines himself as the Red Baron, and being something more than he is.
He lives in the house.
He lives out in the pool house.
Yeah.
He lives in the dog house, but the pool house. I was trying to find the connection between Snoopy and Ryan. I like Russell's way more because I didn't know about that song.
The other song is Supper Time, and that's just him singing about how much he loves supper time.
That's more of a Seth thing.
Yeah. We really only see Ryan eat breakfast. So.
I kind of wish they had worked both of those songs into the episode. Well.
It's crazy to think about Ryan singing those songs, though. Those songs are just, it's weird to think of him singing
7
anything.
or 9, right? Which I guess is
I thought it was when he was in high school.
And Marissa said he was...
He looked older.
Well, I guess I assume because it seems childish because it's Snoopy and Charlie Brown, but you said you did the Good Man Charlie Brown in high school.
I think older just because you have to be like more mature in order to remember all those.
I remember in elementary school I was in the chorus and we did. I remembered those songs. I never had to act as anything. I just stood up there in a line and we sang.
You remember in middle school when you were in a play?
I tried to be in a play and I got kicked out because I was talking too much to Andrew.
Oh.
It was shit. How to eat like a
child.
Yep. And I was like, hey, maybe I remember there's 2 things. I was like, I think I like performing and acting. Maybe I could do this. I went out for something in middle school. I think it was Macbeth. And I went out for the role of Macbeth. And we had to do a little line from a sheet we read. It was like a small thing. It wasn't like a full, it was something for in my drama class I was in. It wasn't like a full thing. And I remember I was like, okay, I'm going to do it. And I tried to do a Sean Connery voice. I remember watching the teacher's face. She went like a... like she gave me just like what, like, oh, poor guy, he's a nerd and he's trying to do a Sean. I was like trying to do a Sean Connery voice as like a 12-year-old. It was awful. I just remember seeing her face like, nope, this is awful. I gotta continue doing it. And then I remember I was like, okay, maybe I'm not gonna be a dramatist, but I could, I'll go out for this how to eat like a child thing. And then I was talking too much, and she's like, just leave. I just had to fucking leave. I couldn't try out or anything. So I was like, you know what? I think I'm done with maybe I'm not going to be a performer.
I like that it seems that once an episode, we'll do one section called Oh Cringe, where we just tell a horrible story about when we were growing up that was embarrassing.
I tongue kissed my brother one time when we were in elementary school.
But don't give them all away.
We've got to tongues. I remember doing that.
Got to do one an episode.
I'm sure Todd would love me explaining that to people.
But like your tongue didn't go in his mouth.
It was like this. And we're just touching tongues.
I don't think you can call that a tongue kiss.
That's the best I got.
What's
your cringiest story, Jamie?
I told the cake story last time of buying the cake for that girl.
Oh, that's still worse than mine, I think.
And then you get kicked out of a play.
Rusty doesn't make bad decisions. He's fine.
Next episode, tell a good one.
In first or second grade, I had too much anxiety about going to the bathroom, so I shit my pants. And then it was the end of the day, and so then I went into the van to get taken home and just rode in the car with shit in my pants the whole time until I got home.
I didn't know that one. That's
quit
good.
giving away the good one.
If you got a shit, just go take a shit, people.
Yeah, if there's one lesson.
Don't tongue kiss your son. No, don't tongue kiss your brother.
Tongue kiss your tongue.
You just said cunt kiss.
Don't cunt kiss your brother. Don't buy a girl a sheet cake because you're a fucking psycho. You probably had long hair back then.
Buy as many sheet cakes as you can.
Oh, you're just like a sad neck beard for Reddit before neck beards were a thing.
Before I could grow a neck beard.
Kirsten is angry back at the Cohen
I've got
compound.
Hit the bricks is the next one. Who said hit the bricks? Was it?
I'm guessing it's Dame Anna.
Someone says it to Anal.
Does Widmore say it?
Hit the bricks. Who talks like that?
Right.
Anna says hit the bricks, and then Cohen's dad, Sandy, says who talks like that.
I wrote hit the bricks as a Caleb saying.
Okay.
So Caleb did not say hit the bricks. This is a
Caleb
fun mystery, guys.
Oh, yeah, right. No one will know.
Anna says hit the bricks, and then Sandy says who talks like that, maybe. Or Seth does. Shit,
okay.
I don't remember.
Let's do a take where we say, yep, Caleb definitely said that. That was typical Caleb.
That was totally Caleb who said that.
Okay, now let's do a take where
Sandy said that. Definitely Sandy.
Sandy, I remember very clearly saying hit the bricks.
Guys, it was weird when Kirsten said hit the bricks.
Coco Prico.
I thought Anna saying hit the bricks worked really well in that scene thematically for the farts.
Guys, in that scene when Julie Cooper said hit the bricks,
when Snoopy showed up as the Red Baron and said, hit the road, bricks, and bricks, 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 I drive my car out of the window. That was a really good scene.
I can't talk that.
Can you? I went nuclear option because I was done with that bit.
Red Baron trumps all.
Do you feed sea monkeys? I don't ever remember feeding sea monkeys. They just exist.
Sea monkeys? Do they actually exist? Or are they actually a thing?
No,
or
there's specks of dirt.
People just sell specks of dirt to kids.
Sea monkeys aren't real.
Right? Okay, yeah, so I thought.
Sea monkeys are just a brand name for brine shrimp. It's a group of crustaceans.
Why are they called sea monkeys?
I think it's just...
Why do they call them the sea monkeys?
Oh, sea monkeys.
Because that sounds like a better pet than brine shrimp.
Yeah, I think it was just someone could probably get them really cheap and started selling them at the back of comic books, and the rest was history.
So Anna meets Captain Oates, and my theory here is that Captain Oates is a stand-in for Seth's dick.
All right, fair enough. From here on out.
So she loses...
You didn't bring me up here just to introduce me to Captain Oates, did you, Seth? She says, with her lisp. That's adorable.
I feel like she specifically wanted to be introduced to Captain
so
Oates.
it kind of breaks down.
I think Seth said, here, meet Captain Oaks.
Zip.
Yeah, Seth is using the Captain Oates as like a buffer between him and sexuality involving with Anna. So my question again, is Seth trying to just be friends with Anna? Like at this point, because he does make out with her eventually, but is he trying his best not to go romantic with her? Because it feels like he wants to be with Summer. He thought Anna was going to be a friend situation. Was told differently by Ryan. Now that Summer showed up, he's still trying to resist. Because it doesn't make... I think the scenes don't make sense unless he's trying to resist shit.
God, you just ruined it for me because now I'm just picturing if Seth were a girl and Anna were a dude, and like if Seth is just constantly like, let's be friends, and he's guy Anna's just like, let's kiss. Why don't you want to fuck this?
And it doesn't read as bad. Well, because it's not as bad. If it's a girl, it's not as bad. Mm-hmm. But I mean, if you gender reverse, it gets a problem. But it's also.
Well, it seemed like earlier there's a lot of shots of Seth noticing things about Anna where he's starting to maybe think that he does like her. He likes how much his family likes her. So I think that at this point he's being like, maybe I do like Anna. So I kind of feel like every time he's going to a different room and getting kissed by a different person, he's like, all right, this is the girl. I like this girl. I'm going with her. And then changes his mind the next time he leaves. Because it feels like every time he walks into the room, kind of with the intention of being like, okay, I've got to end this, and he gets tackled by a lady. Which, once again, if you change the gender roles on that, and it was just some girl walking back and forth and just getting tackled by guys. But,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah,
it's weird. Problematic, I suppose.
But again, I feel like people sometimes use situations like, well, if you gender swap it, well, first of all, it's not swapped. And second of all, it's not the same anyway.
Yeah.
Because of just the connotation. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, it does. I mean, I think he's not trying to play the women. He just is so bad at dealing with his feelings and with females in this situation that he doesn't handle it correctly. And this is where he actually has a line that made me laugh a lot, where he's talking to his mother, and his mother's making something in a blender. And it's loud. He tries to say, he tries to say Marissa and Ryan are in Chino, and he yells it when it turns off and says, wow, that actually happens in real life.
Yes. And then I love him trying to save the bit where he's going, no, I said Marissa has my chinos, and made me giggle because
I always want to make the connection between chino and the pants chinos, and it never works.
And then in my head, this little mini episode plays out in my head of Marissa borrowing his pants for some reason.
She'd make it look fabulous.
Yeah.
Did she lose her pants, or was she just wanted to dress up?
I think someone spills something on them. So she's over at the pool house. She gets a stain on her pants.
Ryan spilled that D milk on her.
Pool house stains are not to be trifled with.
So did she say? I thought she said fresh Mavs or fresh Margs.
Margarita.
Got it. Yeah. Okay. See, I don't drink margaritas. I don't make a lot of mixed drinks.
I exclusively drink.
Then I was like, okay, is it margarita? But I didn't. I rewound it and listened to it a couple times. I didn't hear Margs. I heard Mars or Marv. I didn't hear a G.
Got it. And I just
on that B.
The blending of the big fruity drink, it's like that's a margarita.
A tall glass of fruit.
All right, so then it cuts back, and we get
Ryan's mad that Marissa lied about coming to Chino with him to her mother.
Mm-hmm. And then
is that valid? It's valid, right?
Yeah. Her mother hates him. Her mother's obviously going to blame him. He's trying to not get blamed for anything. She's putting him in a position where only he will get blamed, and it's only going to fuck up their relationship more.
Right. Seth's now at the pool house making out with Summer.
And Seth saying this is happening really weirds out Summer for some. I guess it
makes it real for her, because in her head she's like, I cannot like Seth. Seth Cohen is beneath me, literally, but Seth Cohen is someone I should not be attracted to. So when he says this is happening, she's like, oh shit, this is happening.
Well, he's also like, I'm gonna fuck that puss, and she's like, wait, I thought we were just making out. I don't. Yeah, that's what I thought.
I couldn't tell if it was more that or if it was more realizing this is actually happening. But I think part of it is like, oh, this is happening. 'Cause I could see myself saying like, oh, this is happening, or be like, no, fuck it, what's happening? What do you think is about to happen?
Right.
So either way, he fucked that up, and so then Summer freaks out basically.
Yeah.
And then Seth leaves. All the adults meanwhile in the house are blaming each other for shit.
Here's my impression of them.
And my axe. So the adults are rabbling, and then everything's bubbling oil. Everything bubbling oil. Everything's bubbling over now, like we had in the casino scene with the music playing. The music is playing that Looney Tune sound. Seth's running between the pool house and the bedroom, making out with each.
So much work, so not worth it. What a dummy.
He needs to just combine them into one situation. You guys know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. I don't understand.
Make it a gruesome threesome. A D-some threesome.
A disagreeable threesome.
Yeah, there we go.
And
also, Seth's talking too much in all these situations. He's going between these hot girls that are down to at least make out.
Down to
smooch.
keeps
talking and joking. And I've been known to have that same problem.
I'm impressed that he didn't have lipstick anywhere, because they mentioned lipstick, but he managed to. They didn't know until they saw each other. That's pretty. I don't know if that's dumb of them or if he's hit it well.
I was bracing myself for a screw up like that. Like at one point where she's taking his shirt off and unbuttoning it, and then he has to like put his sweater. I thought it was going to be some sort of screw up on that level.
So Summer, are we to understand that Summer is pretty well versed in this situation? Is Anna as well? Can we tell? Is this a weird thing to talk about?
I think Summer, in her conversation with Rissa, thought it was weird that she hadn't had sex yet, so that made me think Summer had sex. 16-year-old girl Anna probably has had sex too. I don't know.
Everyone in Pittsburgh has
She went to Tahiti on a boat. Who did she not have sex with?
They both seem very confident in what they were doing.
Yeah.
What did you think of the Jenga scene when Seth had left Anna upstairs on his bed and she was waiting for him playing Jenga with Captain Oates?
It's a callback. His two favorite games, Jenga and Magic the Gathering.
Also, Magic the Gathering?
Yeah, the one that where he
I thought you were saying...
You know that documentary?
Did you guys... Okay, am I reaching when I said this? She's playing Jenga, and Jenga is representing this game that Seth is playing with the two women. That a slight misstep and the whole thing will fall over. I thought that was a thing. And then when he jumps on the bed to make out with her, they scatter all the pieces on the ground. Also, did you notice Anna's super dirty feet when she's sitting on the bed? Her feet were up in the air.
No.
She was laying on her stomach, and when he was leaving, she was like in a huff, like, ugh, you leaving again? And her feet were up in the air behind her, and then just super dirty soles.
Was it like the bottom?
The bottom was just super brown. I was just focused on
weird. Now I want to see. Hashtag dirty Anna feet. I've been Googling
dirty anal feet.
Yes. Get out of my search history. I did like when Julie and Rachel were arguing. Well, when everyone's arguing, Julie turns to Rachel at one point and just to stay out of this, I don't even know you, because I don't think, had Julie and Rachel...
No. I mean, everyone else knew because of the law stuff.
Right, but they're sort of the two outliers. So I like that Rachel's just kind of there to give anyone shit because she's like, all right, well, let's do it.
There's a fun moment when Anna hears Sandy and Kirsten arguing. She's like, should I be here? And just kind of walks backwards.
Like they have this whole conversation. She just pokes up from the back.
Every time that bit's in a comedy situation, I will laugh every time when there'll be this very intense thing and then the camera will pan. There'll be like a whole room full of people awkwardly listening to him.
Yes.
I feel like I've seen that in different respects. As like a small version of that. It always works in my opinion. Okay, so after Dirty Anal Feet has her Jenga situation with the horse. Jenga Unchained.
Dirty Anal Jenga horse.
After Jenga's Unchained.
Did you guys see Seth's rug? The sailboat rug? It was such a Seth rug to have. The props department did a great job.
That rug has seen some shit.
What do you mean? Like jerking off with a plastic horse head stuck in his asshole? You know,
something like that. Yeah.
All this dumb shit. I really want Seth now to be sad and alone. That is what he deserves, and that's who I want for his character.
That's what I've wanted for him this whole time.
Piece of shit. Fuck.
So is he a piece of shit for doing these women like this?
He's an idiot, and so he doesn't. He had the opportunity for something great, and so he should suffer a bit until he learns.
I feel like when in 20 years from now, when he has a podcast about his favorite TV show, that's going to be the moment that he brings up on his like cringy moments. That is like we've all had those times.
Like if I've humble bragged about, you remember this one time I had these two fucking girls that both wanted to screw me in my house at one time. Yeah, no, that's not a cringy. It's just him handling an awesome situation terribly. Yeah. I don't think it's cringy because it's a humble brag. We wouldn't tell an awkward story of us having two girls trying to fuck us at the same time.
I feel like I would be sitting here today just being like, I was such a fucking idiot. I should have talked through that and then fucked one of them rather than screwed it up with both of them and hurt everyone's feelings.
One of the better scenes comes up in a second. Summer sees Sandy satiating in a Sandy.
what the fuck was happening in that
sauna?
scene?
No, yeah, Sandy is getting towels or getting some sort of linens or something from the pool house where they keep or washing something in the washing machine that's in the pool house, I guess. And so when Summer comes out from another room into the pool house and says. Basically, she's thinking, you came back quickly. You must want to have some sex. Basically, she comes out thinking Cohen is back and they're about to get back down into it. That's why she yells, ew, as soon as she sees Sandy. She just sees Sandy and says, ew. I mean, you're very attractive for a dad. I mean, distinguished. I think it's an adorable scene while Sandy just gapes at her as she gapes back at him. And then so she awkwardly just kind of says, I mean, you're distinguished. I mean, okay, oh my gosh. And then runs away. And he didn't say anything the whole time.
He's like, when did you get here? Does Anna know you're here? What's going on?
I feel like Summer at this point has said every single male character in the show is attractive. She said that Jimmy is. She has said that Sandy is now. She was into Ryan. She's obviously into Cohen.
Caleb.
Luke, she thinks is hot.
There's one male character that she was not into at all. Donnie.
Oh yeah.
She's
more of a Marie fan, you're right.
And Ryan's brother.
So yeah, Marissa shows up. She's the wheelman for his getaway, which he referenced earlier. She saves him by sticking around. We go back to the Cohen residence, and Sandy's trying to help Seth make the right decision between his two girls. Does Sandy have a preference over the two for his son? Does he seem to like one more than the other?
I don't remember out of that scene. I think he prefers Anna, but I think he doesn't really know Summer.
He assumes he goes back and forth. He assumes first that you just need to let Anna down easy. And then Seth's like, but then Anna, he's like, oh, okay. So Anna then, he's like, yeah, but Summer is Summer. So like, I think he assumed Summer first because he knows his son, but then he seemed like he was happy when he said Anna.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I think he'll support whatever the kid wants.
Because
which he shouldn't. He should tell the kid like, this one is for you and this is how you should act. I feel like he needed to be more...
The important thing is to make a decision, son.
Yeah, he needed to be more forceful in my opinion. Which he was kind of doing. He was kind of saying, just make the decision, don't...
I know we passed it, but did Summer say, "Ew, my God"? Or did she say, "Oh my God"? And then I wrote down, "Ew, my God."
She said "ew" to start off with, and then I think she says, "Oh my gosh" at the end.
She should have said, "Ew, my God."
Oh my God. Okay, so then we've got the turkey burning.
I guess, how does the reveal
Crispy
exactly happen? Right before the turkey gets burned, the reveal happens.
Sandy smells the turkey burning from the other room, and then within the argument chamber that is the kitchen, someone there that notices the turkey burning. Then Rachel notices it. And then Anna comes in and says, "Is everything all right, you guys?"
Okay.
And then Summer comes in and is like, "Oh my God, is that turkey burning?"
I love the part where we get one from Anna say, "I kissed you," and then Summer going, "I kissed you," and then Caleb going, "Ha ha."
Caleb is like, "That's my boy," because you know that shit's happened to Caleb before.
With like 14 girls, I picture that it was a chain of
too many girls.
Yep.
So Ryan is returned to prison to talk to Trey again after his adventure in Chino.
For one last time.
Adventure in car stealing. And he says basically he's done with Trey's illegal shit. Don't ask me to do any stuff for you again. I am out. I am now living in the OC. And he says he'll still come and visit. And this is my Goodwill Hunting moment. Ryan says he'll still come and visit, but Trey says, no, don't come and visit anymore. You've got this good thing. Leave me behind. Don't let me suck you back into it like we did when we were little boys in the bunk beds, listening to, Iron and Wine. I don't know what to listen to. Find out Iron and Wine. Okay, but just get out. Somebody else pick that up.
So yeah, basically he accepts. He's like, all right, yep, I'm out, and pieces out.
The Goodwill Hunting. I think it works. They drive back to the OC.
Who's Robin Williams?
Sandy.
That's like a soundbite for other episodes. Who Robin Williams?
who Robin Marvin Williams?
And so they drive back to the OC, and with similar imagery from the first episode where Ryan drives to the OC from Chino for the first time. And like I mentioned earlier,
get that graffiti.
We've got graffiti, which talks about, I see the word free on it. It says to truly be free or something like that. And there's an image of broken chains as he's driving. It's like he's freed from Chino. He's freed from his brother, his past, all these kind of things.
Mm-hmm.
But really, that graffiti's just there about slavery, and they're saying that he was
they're
a slave.
Appropriating that for a white guy living with a mildly lower middle class family. Also, if Ryan is Snoopy, Seth is Woodstock?
Definitely.
Okay. Yeah, Seth is definitely Woodstock.
Because Woodstock's super fucking annoying to Snoopy. Like, particularly...
He is.
Like,
they're fucking, right?
Snoopy and Woodstock?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're sucking each other off on the bunk beds, listening to Iron and Wine.
Yeah,
Weirdo.
Let's move on from that.
Joe Dirt. That's one of Snoopy's other. Is his cousin? His name Joe Dirt.
Any connection to SNL or?
No, and no connection to the David Spade movie.
That's the name I couldn't remember. So the ending is basically
Joe Cool.
Julie.
Joe Cool. There we go. That's what it is.
Okay, yeah. Julie is mad at Ryan when they get back from Chino for taking Marissa to Chino. Caleb kind of throws, "It's Thanksgiving, everyone get along," and that just kind of placates her, which is I thought was a bit. That was
easy.
Bit corny, a bit easy to end that, like, okay, don't be mad at him. It's Thanksgiving. She's like, okay. I thought that was a bit much, but at the same time,
Deus ex holiday.
We had to finish it. That basic kind of shit you get from holiday episodes of television.
It's a Thanksgiving miracle.
But it's kind of a bro move from Caleb to kind of help out Ryan, because why would Caleb even give a shit? It seems like, Caleb has no...
I think he's probably tired of all the arguing. Like, all they do at work now is argue over this law case, and all he's been doing all day is
I get the feeling Caleb is tiring of hearing about, like, relationships and shit. Like, he doesn't... I don't think he has any patience for any of that shit.
He wants to watch the game and eat some food.
Okay, so then Ryan and Marissa check out Seth, who's sitting sad on the floor by himself because his women have left him. He's clutching his dick because he's left with no women to deal with his dick. It's him alone. His dick is clutching his Captain Oates in this situation.
Yeah.
He's left with his dick in his hand. It was a good scene. What did you think was cool about it?
I enjoyed the relationship between all three of them. Like, we see, like, it was very similar to, I guess, the first three episodes when we saw the three of them together, and seeing Marissa and
the model home
Seth act that way towards each other was really neat. I felt like Seth could probably have elaborated what his issues were more.
Yes,
they could have maybe talked about it, maybe solved some things.
Him on the shoulder.
But I guess Ryan's mysterious past is more important.
And I kind of assumed that would have come out over, like, the Chinese food, that, like, we'll get that off camera. But yeah, they should definitely
also, you don't see Marissa directly addressing Seth so much, so when she does, I like this older sister vibe that you get from him, because I do think they're not exactly friends or anything. I guess they are at this point. It just feels like this
Chinese food off his floor.
That's true, if you know what I mean.
Although Marissa totally stood up her best friend for Thanksgiving.
No, she did.
For Ryan.
And she even cared that Seth was playing Summer, or didn't know, I guess.
And it's not even like, I'm back in Chino, I should follow up with Summer.
That's what I was talking about. She just, like, flakes out on people all the
Summer's probably
time.
really upset, feels a little betrayed, a little stupid that she put herself out there.
Did you get, like, a definitely more of a humorous vibe from the situation than these girls are actually upset, angry, and have been... I felt like the show played it a certain way. They didn't play it as a huge betrayal and they're angry at him that much. It felt like a very humorous kind of anger at him.
Seth is the comic relief. His story isn't serious. Ryan's story is serious.
I feel like if this happened to Ryan, one girl would get super devastated and get drunk and drive like drunk and then crash into a tree. But if it's Seth, it's just, we're angry at him in a huff. The next episode,
I feel like next week it will just be more of they still both kind of like him, and that was an embarrassing thing. But if it was Ryan, that would end a relationship.
If it was Teresa and Marissa, which we got two threesomes in this situation. Yeah.
Anna ran out of there fast. I think she's wisening up. She's like, I think Summer still has a chance of being with him, but I hope
Anna will give up on it faster.
You know what? Fuck this. I don't need this shit.
I think Summer kind of likes it that he's harder to get. I think Anna's realizing.
She wants to win.
I think that she just wants to win. I think Anna's realizing that the what do you call it, the advice she gave him is kind of bite her in the ass a little bit. Ryan says it's good to be home, and you've got Seth looking real happy when he says it's good to be home, and I think that's really telling about this homecoming episode. Obviously, the deeper, no, it's not even that deep, but below the surface,
the real homecoming is him coming to terms with
going
this
to Chino is also, but the second level I think would be his real home now. Seth is no longer worried about Trey being his true brother or him going back to the OC Marissa either, because he's saying I'm home now. He's referring to OC now as his home, when before it was Chino.
Absolutely. And
just a good title, I guess.
I was like that about like you said, it doesn't have to be the deepest thing in the world, but
it's something that's not obvious.
If nothing else, I like that they pick a title that means two different things. That could
Which
mean
they usually do, right?
Yeah. At the very he's going home, and then he's realizing his true home is now.
There's a couple of the very specific titles later on that I saw. I'm like, how are those going to mean two things? But I couldn't remember how the homecoming did either. So
this is also Caleb coming home to his home. Is this house where they grew up? What he keeps saying, it's his home. Why? How is it his home?
I think he built it, right?
It's one of his.
Built it with his hands, or he built it with his.
It's his company. company's model, one like the model type of his. It's one of the models that his company makes.
Gotcha.
And he pays the salary of Kiki, of Kukost, or whatever you call her.
Gustav.
I can't wait to see where her name evolves to by the end of the
Her name
series.
Kirsten.
Kirsten.
What's that Seth?
Kana.
Abel.
And so I guess it ends. We get Rachel and Jimmy still on the couch together.
Well, it ends with them specifically saying, "Looks like we all learned some valuable lessons this Thanksgiving."
Yep.
Seth literally says that. And it's another.
I don't think
callback
he's learned a lesson at all.
It's another callback that he's the funny one. Is what he's talking about is that he's the funny one. That looks like we all learned some valuable lessons. It's that I'm the funny one, not Ryan. Yeah, and that's basically how it ends, right?
Yep.
Looks like Rachel and
we get Sandy and Kirsten on the bed. Kirsten kind of passed out. Rachel and Jimmy on the couch. So I guess there's still
Kirsten
potential.
was passed out on the bed.
Yeah,
I missed that.
Yeah, I think that's the first scene is she's asleep on the bed and Sandy's kind of sitting on the edge.
Kind of in a serious way, like she drank too much and this could be a problem.
I mean, no, I think it was very hilarious that she ruined a holiday for everyone by getting too drunk to deal because she couldn't deal with her feelings.
Yeah, that's true. It felt like it wasn't that serious. Far be it for me to judge why someone would tend to overdrink this situation, be overwhelmed, but it didn't seem like that huge a deal. I mean, I get why Ryan Atwood's mother would be a drinker. She had abusive husbands and people going to jail, but and was poor, wasn't good at keeping a job. But was it really that serious of a situation that Kirsten needed a drink there? I thought that was strange. I just didn't feel like
she
it
was
got
just
that
using
extreme.
it to avoid the issues that were going on. She didn't want to have.
It wasn't necessarily self-medication. It was just almost a humorous kind of I need another drink that we all do.
Yeah, I mean, because all of even Ryan having to deal with stolen cars, none of the drama in any of these threads ever felt really that serious.
No, you never thought Ryan was going to get fucked up.
Everything felt kind of lighthearted. Like when he started getting beat up.
It's a holiday episode.
Yeah. You could have played Benny Hill music with him running away and Marissa coming to pick him up, and it would just be it's just a caper.
I've said it before. There's a Benny Hill moment in almost every episode of the OC, in my opinion.
Makes sense.
That might have been the sex scenes with Seth in this one.
I can't wait till we get to
guy's head stuck in the sweater like a dumbass turtle or something.
Yep.
I can't get it off my shirt. Right.
What was his excuse? Why can't he undress himself? Too big of a boner?
Yes.
That's probably not the problem.
Sweater was caught on his boner. You heard it here first. Oh no, we get Ryan was in musicals. Is that kind of like the last line? Or just
and she squishes his face, and it seemed like an improvised move by Marissa to me, by the actress.
Okay. Ryan was in musicals. Seth's reply was, how minty?
Minty. I couldn't hear what he said. I assumed he was being homophobic or something because it just seemed like a movie he'd make in the first season. But I couldn't.
I heard how many many musicals has he been in?
I heard minty.
Because I think that there was this
like how minty as in how fey?
No,
That's
as in
what I thought, but it didn't make sense.
I think there was of people being weird to be weird. Instead of saying something's cool, you're saying something's minty. You're just
how minty fresh.
Yes,
fresh.
But
that seems like a hell of a stretch.
It feels especially for Seth as a character, if that was it, that feels like it was written by someone who's in their 40s and their 8-year-old kid was like, "Hey, put minty in this." That's what we all say in 3rd grade.
Minty makes more sense, but not really because they didn't answer how many.
Right.
Also, it feels like a weird question to ask.
So
but she did say in plays. She didn't say he was Snoopy in a play. Right?
Then,
she said was in plays.
But they say how many musicals?
Of you? I don't know.
So anyway, that's
I rewound that a couple times.
Yeah, we'll have to see what the internet says about that.
So my question is, Marissa Bro this episode. Is Marissa a bro in this episode? Is she, and let's do since we don't have Luke here, let's do a Marissa watch. Is she, 1 through 10, she sticks it out with her bro. She's ride or die. She gets him out of a situation. She jokes around. She seems kind of fearless, but she lies to him a little bit, and there's some problems. So where we put Marissa on here?
She causes problems. She fucks over her friend. She's 2 or 3.
2 or 3?
Yeah, I'm saying if we start her at a baseline of 5, she gets 2 points for being a bro. She gets deducted 4 points for lying and not having to face any consequences of being selfish and
see. I give her a 6
because
she saved it. In theory, she saved his life, maybe just from a beating, but still, he was going to get his ass whooped. She, without any hesitation, she wants to go back. She wants to learn more about him. She wants to help out. She wants to be in his life. She seems dedicated and all this kind of stuff. She lies. We get some off of that, but we also learn how punk rock she really is in this episode. You know, we're getting on her for like, oh, you should have told your mother, and you should have, you know, she's just like, fuck it, I'm going with you to Chino. While I gotta ask my mom. You're gonna be a bitch about it, so I didn't tell you. Like, I give her a 6. I think she was a Marissa Bro.
You don't take off for flaking on sums?
Ooh,
Yeah, that bums me out more than anything.
Drop her back down to a 5. Yeah, that's fucked up. You gotta tell her, maybe to a 4, because you gotta tell her that she just left her high and dry on Thanksgiving.
You invited her to your house. It's not like you didn't show up to Summer's party. Like,
I get lying to your mother. I get, you know, I think in a lot of ways Ryan is problematically overprotective and like alpha with her in some ways. So I could see her being like, for his own good, I'm not going to tell him. But like Summer, she's your best friend. You should tell her that she has no plans anymore. Mm-hmm. Okay. And even if the caterers didn't fuck up and Caleb and Julie still had Thanksgiving, she'd just be there without Marissa at their house.
right.
Hello?
How about Seth relationship status? Is he done with these women, or does he have more of a chance for one or the other? Jamie seemed to say that Anna seems to be over it probably, and Summer can still want to win.
Yeah.
I feel like neither of them are down for the count, as it were. I think we'll see them both again, but I don't know. Anna might be too much for her.
I just want
Anna
Seth
might be banana split.
You're the banana.
Summer might be turning to fall.
So Seth's behavior in this episode, is he a dick, or was it a 16-year-old in an impossible situation with women for the first time that he's never had to deal with?
That one.
Or both.
Why not both? Yeah.
Way to pick a side there, Jamie.
Yeah.
I don't think he's maliciously being a jerk, but by not considering the thoughts and feelings and emotions of others, he is being a jerk. So while he's not on purpose being a jerk, by not being aware of others, he's being a jerk.
Well, I'm conscious that as I'm giving Seth a pass for being a jerk, I'm condemning Marissa for being a 16-year-old jerk at the same time.
Internalized misogyny, yeah.
So because I hate women and I fear them. But
Marissa should be watching out for Ryan. She knows that Ryan's getting blamed for a lot of stuff. So if she wants to protect him and keep him safe, she should stop getting him in trouble. About,
their plot line is the serious one. Seth's is still this whole thing is a comedic situation, whereas Ryan, it's like, can their relationship end? Can she actually get in trouble and sent back to juvie and all that stuff? So Seth is a comic relief, so all of his drama is going to be comedic in nature.
Seth will still have his boat. Ryan can't go to jail.
No.
I don't know if I like this question. What would you have done in Seth? I think we already talked about that. You just be honest with one of them.
I would have said, hey, babe, come with me. And he'd be like, see this other babe? You guys like to take the wishbone and split it in two? That's what we're going to do.
To yourself? So they're going to...
Yeah, each of my legs is a wishbone leg.
Your butthole at the same time?
Yeah.
Rip my legs off.
Like 2 terriers in one dog bowl? Just that wet dog food.
And I think as an adult person, you would be like, Anna is the person to go with. Just go with the person who you're...
I'm hanging out with my family. I'm cooking. If you want to come in and spend Thanksgiving with us, please do. But just know that this is a situation you're walking into.
I still say Anna's kind of just like friend material in some ways to Seth. Anyway, I mean, I think she's cute, whatever. But just because she's nice to him, just because she's appropriately geeky in the way that he accepts,
right,
and she's appropriately smart in the way that he accepts over Summer. It feels like you're supposed to want him to be with Anna just because she makes sense on paper. But I mean, the heart wants what it wants, right? You can't. There's no accounting for whatever reason he's had this connection in his own head with Summer this long. To switch from Anna to her, from Summer to Anna out of nowhere seems asking a lot from especially a young guy that doesn't have much experience.
All right, everybody. Thanks for checking that out. Be sure to tweet at us at OC Men Podcast.
I'm Russell, and you can follow me at WrestleMania SC on Twitter and Pasta Robot on YouTube, and listen to the OC Minties on Monday.
I'm JT. You can follow me on Twitter at the John Timmons. You can check out my new project I'm working on at Inkshares under.
What is an Inkshare?
It's a place where you can follow, then pre-order, and be a part of. It's kind of a literary crowdfunding of different fictional projects or non-fiction, whatever.
So you're writing stuff, and I can read what you write?
The project I'm looking at is called The Edge of Town. Check it out. Check out Inkshares under John Timmons.
What happens at the Edge of Town?
Timmons.
Read it to find out.
You have to read to find out. A little taste is sleepy Appalachian town. Wakes up one morning to find that a fantastical magical kingdom has just appeared in the middle of Main Street and has split the town in half. That's the basic premise starting out. Then what else can you check me on? That's about it.
Nice. I'm Jamie. tweet at me at Jamie Clark.
Yeah.
So like us on Facebook, follow us on Tumblr, and watch us on YouTube. Why not?
Oh, yes. Listen to this episode again. Get them views up.
So until next time,
we'll
see ya later.